Friday, 4th November 2022. To present the news, my name is Priscilla Muziamba. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Bank of Zambia launches Go Cashless campaign. Hakainde Hichilema Innovation Fund launched. Zelensky accuses Russia of energy terrorism. Twitter to make job cuts after Elon Musk takeover. And Sun Tzu returns to Chipolopolo. And now the news. The Bank of Zambia has launched the Go Cashless campaign, a collaborative framework meant to promote a coordinated approach to scaling up the usage of digital financial services in Zambia. Speaking during the Go Cashless campaign launch, Bank of Zambia Governor Dr. Denny Kalialia noted that the Go Cashless is a theme which was adopted last year and was anchored on the need for consumers to adopt digital means of accessing and using financial services in a safe and secure manner. Dr. Kalialia stated that on the journey towards a more financially included society, digital technology and digital financial services have played a transformative role by enabling access and usage of financial services through digital means. The governor mentioned that the mobile phone has become a tool that not only facilitates communication, but is also a means of accessing financial services, and this entails that anyone can now save, invest, and obtain credit or insure their valuable assets and property from anywhere and at any time. He disclosed that following the launch of the campaign, the bank and its partners will embark on a number of activities such as radio and television programs which have been lined up for the promotion of digital financial services. Dr. Kalialia has urged members of the public to be more cautious as they use digital means, stating that financial service providers must also ensure that their customers do not fall prey to fraudsters who target innocent consumers by using deceptive methods of obtaining sensitive data that allows them to access customer funds. Dr. Kalialia has warned fraudsters that the long arm of the law will catch up with them, as evidenced by the recent arrests that have been made by the security wings in collaboration with the various regulators and financial service providers.
Dear listeners and viewers, it's an honor and privilege for me to share this message as we launch the Bank of Zambia Go Cashless campaign to promote digital financial services and their associated safeguards. Over the last 2 decades, financial inclusion has been a central theme for many financial sector regulators the world over due to the benefits of financially included society. Benefits of digital financial services include proper management of household income, ability to build assets, increased social security, reduced vulnerability, and creation of job opportunities. By having access to appropriate financial services and products, individuals can achieve positive outcomes that improve their livelihoods.
The Hakainde Hichilema Innovation Fund, an ICT innovation which is between government and Huawei, has been launched. The fund will see 50 youths receive scholarships worth $1,000 each from Huawei to innovate in the ICT sector. Minister of Technology and Science Felix Mutati says under the partnership, Huawei will set up an innovation hub at the National Technology Business Center to be housed at Government Complex in Lusaka. He said the program will contribute to government's digital transformation agenda. Mr. Mutati said the fund is targeting youths from various tertiary institutions in the country. He was speaking in a speech read for him by Ministry of Technology and Science Permanent Secretary Brilliant Habenzu. And now in international news, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused the Kremlin of resorting to energy terrorism as Russian troops make few gains on the battlefield. Mr. Zelensky said 4.5 million people were without power following Russian attacks on its energy network. In recent weeks, Russia has carried out large-scale missile and drone attacks on Iranian power facilities. The strikes come as officials say Russian troops are likely to withdraw from the key southern city of Kherson. After suffering a series of painful defeats on the battlefield, Russia has stepped up attacks in recent weeks on electricity infrastructure in cities away from the front lines. In just the last month, a third of the country's power stations have reportedly been destroyed, according to President Zelensky. The Ukrainian government has been forced to urge the population to try and use energy sparingly as a result. Russia's Ministry of Defense has confirmed it is targeting Ukrainian energy infrastructure.
Households across Ukraine have been temporarily disconnected from energy supply under an emergency schedule aimed at stabilizing the nation's fragile electric grid. After suffering a series of painful defeats on the battlefield, Russia has stepped up attacks in recent weeks on electricity infrastructure in cities away from the front lines. In recent weeks, Russia has carried out large-scale missile and drones attacks on Ukrainian power facilities. According to President Zelensky, in the last month, a third Ukraine's power stations have been destroyed, which has forced the Ukrainian government to urge citizens to try and use energy sparingly. He said Russia's targeting of energy infrastructure was a sign of weakness as Russian forces failed to make much ground on the front line. President Zelensky's accusation comes as reports emerge stating that Russian troops are leaving the occupied city of Kherson, signaling a major retreat for Russia. A Moscow-installed official in the Kherson region has indicated Russian troops might pull back from the west bank of the Dnieper River. The United States sounded an optimistic note on Ukraine's ability to retake the strategically important southern city of Kherson was more wary. But Ukraine said it was still fighting in the area and remains cautious in case Russia is setting a trap for Ukrainian troops. A Ukrainian counteroffensive in the area, which has been underway for more than a month, has meant that Russia has had to reassess its battlefield objectives. Russia's capture of Kherson, a major city in March, was seen as one of Moscow's most significant achievements in the war.
And in more international news, Twitter to make job cuts after Elon Musk take over. Twitter says it will inform its staff on Friday whether they will be laid off after the firm's takeover by Elon Musk. In an internal email, the social media company said the cuts are an effort to place Twitter on a healthy path. The firm added that its offices would be temporarily closed, with staff unable to enter the building until they know if they have lost their jobs. The multi-billionaire will be Twitter's chief executive after buying the firm last week in a $44 billion United States deal. The company said office access would be immediately limited to help ensure the safety of each employee, as well as Twitter systems and customer data. All staff are set to receive an email with the subject "Your role at Twitter" by 9 Pacific Time on Friday. Workers who are not affected won't be notified through their company email, according to Twitter. And meanwhile, those who are affected will be told of the next steps through their personal accounts.
Elon Musk didn't speak to any of the thousands of Twitter employees laid off today. Instead, he was a surprise guest at this investor conference in New York. Meanwhile, many Twitter staff woke up locked out of their work laptops. They were later told via an email to their personal accounts that it was their last working day at the firm. Some have been told they'll be paid until February next year, getting some sort of certainty after months of speculation.
A mixed range of emotions, certainly upset, certainly frustration, certainly some anger. But you know what? Also, in some cases, some relief, right? Because this was a a thing that played out over the course of the majority of this year.
There were, understandably, lots of emotional tweets. This isn't looking promising, can't log into emails, so grateful this is happening at 3 a.m. Another said, the official and very dehumanising layoff email has been received. For others, it was simply bye. Literally everyone.
Defender Stopila Sunzu is back in the Chipolopolo Zambia fold. The 2012 AFCON winner has been handed a shock recall for Zambia's historic friendly date against Israel away on November 17. Interim Chipolopolo coach Moses Sichone has named the veteran Chinese-based defender in his 24-member team for the friendly to be played in Israel at Petah Tikva in a fortnight. Sunzu has not played for Chipolopolo since 2018 and is the last man standing from the Continental in the setup as it stands heading into the friendly. Also back is Czech-based midfielder Benson Sakala after close to a year when he last featured for Chipolopolo in the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. And Red Arrows junior prospect goalkeeper Jeban Tembo's rise continues from under 20, under 23 and now to the senior team in a space of 2 months. Tembo, who won the 2022 COSAFA Under-20 Cup and Tournament Golden Glove in Eswatini, is set for his senior debut against Israel. As we end the news, a quick look at the stories making headlines. Bank of Zambia launches Go Cashless campaign. Hakainde Hichilema Innovation Fund launched. Zelensky accuses Russia of energy terrorism. Twitter to make job cuts after Elon Musk takeover. And Sunzu returns to Chipolopolo. On that note, we've come to the end of the news. My name is Priscilla Muziamba. God bless.